Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever you are listening to this episode of the Book Talkies. Let me welcome Ajit Ranade and Indraneel Pole. So, Ajit, who is the founder and president of Marathi Katta Germany, and he's ably supported by Indraneel, who goes by Indra, who is the vice president of Marathi Katta Germany, MKG, in short. You guys will get to know about them, what Marathi Katta Germany is all about, but from my side, in one line, okay? MKG or Marathi Katta Germany is a non-profit organization. It is based in Germany and it is representing Maharashtrian culture across and throughout Germany. I believe we have got around 3,000 plus members, and I got an opportunity to join this community last month as well, and I see the impact that this community and people like Ajit and Indra are bringing, are helping our Indian counterparts based here in Germany. With this note, Ajit and Indra, welcome to the Book Talkies.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
So first, let me pass on the mic to you, Ajit. I would like to, or I, along with the audience, would like to know about you, professionally, and then Indra, you can please also take over and try to introduce yourself. So, firstly, Ajit, over to you.
Again, about me, I'm basically from a very small village, I would say, a town, you can say, from on the border of Maharashtra and Karnataka. I did my schooling there. I did my engineering from Pune, and for a few years I was into adventures tourism. I was not doing anything related to engineering. I'm a professional mountaineer as well. So for first six or 7 years of my life, that was my full-time profession. And after 7 years, when I came back to, let's say, corporate field, then I realized that I was no more an engineer. So and that's why I came into sales or business development. So this is my brief background, I can say. And in 2011, I came here as a salesperson for sales and business development for engineering services. That is my full-time profession. But I would say in last 10 years, more or less, I'm a salesperson. So this is professionally, I'm a mechanical engineer, but by choice, I am now a salesperson in Germany, or let's say in Europe.
Oh, and Indra, what about you? Similar journey?
Not similar. Ajit's journey is much more adventurous and much more experience rich. My journey is not so much. But yeah, I came around here also. I came here a little bit later after Ajit. So around 2013, I came here. And I came here to do my master's. I did my master's here from Frankfurt University. And since then, actually, I'm in Frankfurt. I come from city called Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh. And although I am born and brought up in Jabalpur, but I am from a Maharashtrian family. So that's how I am connected to Marathi Katta Germany, and how I am part of this community basically.
Fantastic. I know, Anirudh, you probably tread this comment, or be careful with this comment, but question to both Indra and Ajit. Do you know this? There was like 10-15 years ago, there was this CRM shootings, right? There was this advertisement by CRM shootings, which said, like, I'll tell you the background. I mean, there's a guy. I don't know if you remember the tune. I know I'm going to murder the tune and the song behind it, but the song, here is how it goes. खोए खोए तन्हाई से अच्छा है घर आजा, and then they have this tagline, coming home to Siaram. Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh man, okay, so I'm good bathroom singer then. Okay. So right now we all are in Europe. After looking at this ad like 15 years ago, it really resonated with me that no man, I am going to stay where I am, okay, because my people are here. No, and I like to be around my family, my friends, my people are here. But now when I'm here and slightly more mature than I was in 15 years ago, I think location doesn't matter. It's the sense of community that matters. I think in that advertisement, that Siaram guy didn't have anyone around. But for us, especially for me, who speaks Marathi and comes from Maharashtra as a state, I have got Indra and Ajit and their strong Marathi Katta group to support. So I think that was the message, and now I understand the advertisement and the importance of community, right? So yeah, I mean, just wanted to make a pass on comment, and if you remember that that advertisement. Did you also did you also feel that way? Did you also feel that way, Indra, Ajit, when you came here slightly away from your country? Because 2013, 2011 was very different time than 2023 now, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was. I think Ajit can also comment on this. But yeah, when we came here, the Marathi or Indian community was not that much in Germany compared to the other Western countries, for example, US or Australia or UK, for that matter.
Yeah.
There is also language barrier. There is also cultural barrier, and it does then feel a little bit alienating. When I came here, I also tell a lot of kids and students nowadays that you have to, in your 20s, you have to move out of your comfort zone. You have to, if you want to grow, if you want to achieve something, you have to move out of your comfort zone. But by the time you reach your 30s, you also need to find a comfort zone wherever you are. And in that sense, Marathi Katta was that comfort zone for me, which I found in Germany, which made me more stable, which made me more connected with my own people. So that was the motivation behind it.
Ajit, your comments?
Yeah. So just like you mentioned about, let's say, the ad Siaram, I would say, you know, the famous author, from Marathi author, Pula Deshpande, right? So Pula
Yeah.
Deshpande always used to say, you know, so मला डोंगर आवडतात, पण डोंगरात जर माणसं नसतील ना, तर मला आवडत नाहीत. So being, let's say, mountaineer, I can say, like, you know, same. Like, if I love mountains, but if there are no people around, okay, I don't like. So same 2011 when I came from Pune, and unlike Indra who came here for studies, so there are a lot of chances, you know, you can mingle with students, a lot of people, young students. So I came here as kind of a person who, after 10 years of kind of my life there, and in India after my graduation, 10 to 12 years, and I came here. So I was feeling lonely in Pune. You know, I was super active. I was doing a lot of things, lot of kattas there. So, but here there were people. Some people in Germany, Marathis. Because being a salesperson, I always say I go by numbers. So, but I thought, like, you know, we should come together. We should celebrate something. We should organize few things, and more people, more Marathis, not only Marathis, other people should also come, should join us. So that was always my feeling. And that's how this, I would say, Marathi Katta started in 2013-14 time frame. And we all are volunteers, I would say. And as I said, like, being a salesperson, I can always say we are still very lucky, guys. You know, I started my network, social networking, LinkedIn and Orkut that time, right? So, but Marathis people started coming to Germany in 1910. Okay, so 1910, the first Marathi guy came to Germany. So the journey of Marathi Manus in, let's say, Germany is 122 years, 112 years story. Okay, so I think we are still very lucky. So, and I tried to study like what has happened in the past as well. So that's how, like, it helped in, you know, starting Marathi Katta.
So just want to understand how the journey has been and more about Marathi Katta. What are some of the key initiatives that you are into, and both for us and for audience, it will be really great if you can talk about that, Ajit and Indraneel.
Yeah. So maybe Indra, I can talk about, let's say, the background of Marathi Katta, and maybe you can tell more about the activities these days. What is going? So as I said, like, people started coming to Marathi people, I would say, started coming to Germany from 1910. During the First World War, Second World War, there were very less Marathi people. But when the that in 1960s, a lot of doctors, a lot of people started coming here for engineering. A sort of students started coming. Marathi, I am saying. So other communities came here for different purposes, and there were people in different cities, Marathi people. So particularly when I came in 2011, so 11 to 13 in Frankfurt, yes, there were Marathi people. There are some people who have been living here since 40 years, Marathi people. Okay, and they used to meet. They used to have small get-togethers. And but maybe I have come from Pune, and I thought it's important that we should organize some different events. We should celebrate our festivals, and we should invite the new people who have recently joined, especially the students who are coming in different universities in and around Frankfurt. And that's how in 2011 to 13, I was thinking on that, and 2014, this has been started initially. Yeah.
I've got to ask this question. What all does Marathi Katta do? This is very important for the audience to know. Where I know certain things, but I don't know enough. So could you share where is Marathi Katta spread across, and what activities do you guys do?
Yeah. So before Indra will tell more about what activities we are doing currently, but I will just give you a hint. I will just give you an overview. So you just mentioned 3,000 people, Marathis and all. Since being again a salesperson, I will give you exact numbers. There are 200,000 Indians in Germany. Okay, so unlike London, which has got 5 times more Indians than the total Indians in Germany. Only London has.
Only London has that. Okay.
Yeah. So still the Indian population, I'm saying, and I would say approximately 10% will be 5 to 10% will be Marathis. It's very okay. So if you say that there are at least 10,000 Marathis in Germany, and this is more because the Indian students are coming here, especially after 2009. After 2009, Germany has become the 4th most attractive education destination in the world, and German education, the fees are also less. So a lot of Maharashtrian students have come through via Pune, Nasik, Mumbai, Kolhapur, Nagpur, all cities. Okay, so that's why because of the student population, the overall Indian population is increasing. So approximately 10,000 people are here, and the main, I would say, the main centers definitely are Munich, Berlin, Frankfurt, NRW, and North Rhine-Westphalia, Hamburg. Okay, so here the Marathi concentration is more, and there are right now about 11 to 12 Marathi mandals now. Okay, so across Germany. So I would say, so when Marathi Katta was started, the first event I will tell you, there were only 3 people. Okay, only 3 people were present, and I thought, so this is going to be something flop show, and I don't know whether people will come for events. So, but I knew like people will, and then
Which event was that? Do you remember which event was that?
Actually, we met as a simple get together in a restaurant. Okay, it's a kind of a networking event. It was not something Gudi Padwa or Dasara or let's say Diwali or something like that. We thought to invite people just to meet, kind of a dinner event. I would say it's a dinner event. Yeah. Okay, and I was expecting at least 15-20 people will come, but only 3 people came. So that was the start. This was in 2013 end of 2013. Okay, and then we started with initially we changed the gear and we said let's organize a hike to a nice mountain, and for that people started coming. Then we organized cycling. The first boost was I would give this credit to Dr. Mohan Agashe, who came to Germany, and Mohan Agashe said I want you guys to organize my movie here. The name was Astu So Be It. Okay, so that was his movie, and you should invite Germans also, not only Marathis. And we thought at that time the movies of Salman and Shah Rukh were also hardly used to come to Frankfurt those days, and who will come to see Marathi movie? Okay, so is it a joke or something? But he pushed us. Okay, and he pushed us, and thanks to all other friends also with them when we organized this. And for that movie, 35 people came, and we thought 35 like today. you can't imagine that, but 35 was like
Yeah,
a big success, and okay, that's how it started. And I would say Indra can talk more about the current activities and what is happening today.
fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how it started actually, and then slowly I think we started. We also found our own space, what we really want to do, what sort of activities we want to do, what sort of events we want to cater here. Slowly, we have now. So we have two sort of things in which we operate. First is that we have a number of events that we do every year. So, for example,
Okay.
we start with Makar Sankranti. After that, we do our Marathi Katta's anniversary. We have Maharashtra Din, 1st May. We do Ganpati on a large scale. It's one of the biggest events of Marathi Katta throughout the year. And we do a Diwali party. So we have these couple of events lined up every year, what we do. And apart from that, we also run some activities, long running activities here in Frankfurt. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, we run here Marathi Katta School. So it's a Marathi
Wow.
language school for kids where kids come to learn Marathi language. The biggest problem is even if you speak with your parents. So a lot of kids also don't do that. Kids who are born here in Germany,
Yeah.
uh, they also, it's difficult for them to speak every day with their parents in Marathi. But even if there are kids who are speaking with their parents in Marathi, the reading and writing is rarely done. So Marathi
True.
Katta School actually teaches reading, writing, speaking, listening through books. Through we have teachers. They teach history. They teach social sciences in Marathi, and a lot of basically cultural things. So books and art and stuff. So that's one of the biggest activities that we are doing here. Apart from that, we also run a Marathi library in Frankfurt.
Is
It
that
was one
Marathi
of the
library? Oh, wow. In
yeah.
Frankfurt. In Frankfurt. Okay.
In Frankfurt, it's in
Wow.
Frankfurt.
Okay.
Um, it's I think one of the first libraries. Ajit, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the first Marathi libraries in Europe, not only in Germany,
Yeah, continental
that we
Europe
started.
except UK. Yeah, other than UK,
Correct,
I would say.
except
Yeah.
UK, except UK, and it also gets a good response. The idea is not just to to have the Marathi books for people here, so for the Marathi community, but the idea is that we need to have a documentation of Marathi book in other part of worlds as well. We need to make sure that our books are available as a reference, are available here in Germany if needed by someone. There is a rich culture of reading and writing in Marathi, and actually trivia for you guys and for your readers as well. Ajit mentioned that in 1910, since 1910, Marathi people are coming here,
Yeah.
and there's a book written by Tukaram Ganu Chaudhary. He was one of the first Marathi known people who came to Germany before World War I, and he
Mm-hmm.
wrote about his life from 1920 to 1925 in Germany. So it's one of the first. It's basically the first book written on German culture and German life in Marathi since that time, and I think it is being translated now in English as well. So I think the book is called German माझा German Rehwas, my German living
Okay.
and experiences. So yeah. The Marathi reading culture is also rich, and we want to also preserve it here in Germany. So that's how the Marathi library is going on. Apart from that, we are also doing CSR-like activities in collaboration with Indian NGOs, in collaboration with Indian partners. There are NGOs who are working for drought-affected farmers for their kids. Marathi Katta successfully partnered with them, sponsored these kids for their education in past. We also helped Indian community in the COVID time. Ajit was a very strong support at that time, the whole Marathi Katta team actually. But Ajit really took it to next level and at that time actually, and we also supported a lot of people from India in
Mm-hmm.
Germany as well. So we are also doing those sort of activities as well.
Yeah, that was the need of that time, because community is not only for celebrating events, but if the community is there to solve the challenges as well. That otherwise, so it wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have grown, I would say.
That's very true.
We applaud you guys. I mean, staying. I think during COVID times, Anirudh, we both were in India, and we knew what to do, where to go, because some way or the other you are in your zone, right? You're in your country, you're in your city. You know whom to reach out to at dire times. But staying away in a different country, it's a different ball game altogether.
Yeah, you
And
won't
also what
believe. I mean,
happens
there
in,
are a lot of business travelers who have come here, and for a short,
Yeah.
because it started in February March time frame, and
Right.
let's say many business travelers came here for, let's say, exhibition, for business visits from India and other parts of the world. And they had, imagine, they had come here for 3 or 4 days, but they were stuck up for 2 or 3 months.
apart from that, actually, what I wanted to say was, it's not just the COVID times. What happens is usually a lot of people come here to Europe, for example, on to work here, for example, on site. And what happens in that case is not everyone wants to be also part of the Indian community straight away. A lot
Okay.
of people come with the mindset that I actually want to see different culture. I want to live the European life. I want to live the European experiences. I don't want to be I don't want to go to the Indian events every time. I don't want to be part of Indian community necessarily, and whatnot. But and which is all fine, of course, naturally. But what happens is, if you are God forbid, and if you are stuck in some problems, if you have some legal issues, if you have some medical emergencies, medical issues, then you are not you don't know whom to approach. And we get a lot of such cases as well, where in such cases we have to come forward. We have to help people in medical emergencies, in legal emergencies, and that's also the place when you can go to your own community, to your own group of people, because you know how to interact with them, you know how to communicate with them, how they can handle your problem
Right.
well. You have more confidence in them as well. So
Right.
so that's where also Marathi Katta comes in.
Fantastic. Okay, may I ask? I want to go back to the Marathi library that you have started. How? Maybe I wanted to know how is the response going, and which age group is actually responding well to the library.
So there is basically mostly the age group is from 30 to 45.
Right.
That's the most responding age group.
Right.
Also, as you might know from your experience running this podcast, that is the age group which is, I think, the last age group which had really the childhood spent reading, right?
Absolutely.
And so that is the most active age group that we have right now in our reader base. We are also floating around the idea right now, thinking about starting this moving library where you also exchange the books between people here, because what happens is people also have here their own collection of books, personal collections, and not all the books are available in Marathi Katta Library. So sometimes people come and ask, hey, do you have this book? So I don't have it, but I know sometimes that, okay, this guy has it. So then we redirect this person to the third person. So we are thinking of doing this as it can also be a good networking event, a not really a book reading club sort of,
Yeah.
but where you can exchange the books with each other in the Marathi Katta family itself. So that's the idea that is floating right now. Another age group, like, we are pushing more towards the children through our Marathi Katta school. Basically, we are also pushing the books for children. We have in our library as well the Marathi books for children, a good bunch of it. What we also do is every year we bring some. So I don't know how it is called in English, but in Marathi we call it Diwali Anka. So they are the special editions of magazines which are
Diwali
published
issues.
in Diwali.
Yeah.
Diwali issues, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the culture in Marathi literature, where the Diwali issues are really special, where you previously what used to happen was a lot of novels used to start through these Diwali issues and then used to come out as a book. So it has a very rich tradition of famous Marathi authors writing through these Diwali issues, and we are also bringing from time to time these Diwali issues whenever it is possible for us in here, also in the kids genre as well, because there are also some really good kid related Diwali Anka. So that's the area where we are trying to push it, but organically speaking, the 30 to 45 age group is what comes, who is engaged most with Marathi Katta Library.
Fantastic. I think Ajit and Indraneel, we can go on and on. As Kaustubh was saying, 20 minutes is that sweet spot, but we are never able to wrap up within that. But this has been a fantastic conversation. Some really exciting stuff that Marathi Katta is doing in Germany. For our listeners, if you're based out of Germany and you're in the Indian community and you're not just Maharashtrians, if you're in the Indian community and you are not affiliated with Marathi Katta, well, you're missing out on quite a lot. Thank you very much, Ajit. Thank you so much, Indraneel. It's been a pleasure having you here, and so much learning. We can go on and on, as I said, but thank you very much.